167 miles per hour. Okay, so if you got that right, time for a bonus question. What's almost surely the first time you yourself heard a sonic boom? Here's your clue. It's a near statistical certainty that everyone has the same answer for this going back millions of years. That's right, thunder. Basically, the lightning superheats the air 5 times hotter than the surface of the sun, and this causes the air to expand so rapidly, it breaks the sound barrier once again, creating a sonic boom. And if that juicy nugget of knowledge just made your brain feel really good, ow! Make that sound cooler in post. Yeah. Buckle up, because we've got 6 more to go.
How to say dumplings?
Have you ever
I eat
noticed
dumplings,
when grabbing
guys.
drinks from a cooler that even though they have the same amount of liquid inside, regular Coke sinks, yet Diet Coke floats? Now, why would that be? Well, our first clue is that we know less dense objects like this cork float and more dense objects like this bolt sink. However, that's not only true about different objects, it's true about different liquids too. Like for salad dressing, how the less dense oil floats on the more dense vinegar. And sure enough, when we compare their respective labels, you'll
Diet Coke really flew? It weighed less than water?
notice one glaring difference. Regular Coke has more than 3 tablespoons of real sugar, which makes this can more dense than the Diet Coke, which just has artificial sweetener. That means this one's just a little less dense than water, causing it to float, while this one's just a little more dense than water, causing it to sink. But we can take this to the next level. Here I have a wall that I filled with 8 different household liquids, from honey, dish soap, to baby oil.
Only
And
3
they
spoons
naturally
of
stack
sugar is
themselves
enough?
with increasing density as you go down. So if we dump, let's say, a bunch of golf balls in, they'll sink like a Coke can through all the layers until they hit a layer that's more dense than they are, at which point the golf balls stop falling and come to rest on top of that layer. Are you kidding me? Which means you can have a different item come to rest on every layer. Whoa! As long as you spend way more time than you care to admit, cool, testing way more items than you care to admit. This one's a dice roll. But in the end, it's not hard to rationalize the wasted time when it looks this cool. By the way, you can make a simple version of this yourself at home by filling a drinking glass with baby oil and colored water, and then plopping in a Lego guy to ride the ocean wave. So this obviously works with household liquids, but what if the liquid was metal, like this? Because this bowl has 24 pounds of mercury. It's hard to even submerge my hand in here. Which means if I take an actual cast iron anvil, it should float like a Diet Coke. Let's test it out. Look at that. I mean, I understand the science behind this, but it still breaks your brain. This is actual cast iron. It's heavy, and yet when you put it in mercury, it bobs like a cork. Let's go bobbing for
Guys, we have all this knowledge in our schools.
anvils. For number 3, a while back I read
About
about a
density
famous
and other
mathematician
stuff.
for the 1600s who noticed that when he would hang up multiple pendulum
This is video
clocks
for
in his
5 years
house,
old?
they'd eventually sync up their swings and then they'd just stay that way. So he wondered, just like I did when I first read this, how are these purely mechanical clocks that weren't touching somehow communicating with each other and after a period of time, agreeing to swing in perfect unison? And since the unofficial motto of Crunch Labs is think like an engineer, I decided to create an experiment to test this for myself. So we got 4 clocks and put them on the wall, and after 4 days, nothing happened. But when you're thinking like an engineer, you know that's not a failure, that's a clue. So I reread the story and picked up on an important detail I'd missed the first time.
Maybe
The
he
clocks
had the
weren't
earth
mounted
shake.
on a wall in the way we think of today. It said they were mounted on the same wooden beam that made up part of the wall. And given the construction methods of the 1600s, there's a good chance that board had a little wiggle to it. And that wiggle is a very important detail. Here's what I mean. If I swing this sledgehammer pendulum below me while standing on firm ground, then it's just the sledgehammer pendulum that you see moving. But if I stand on a skateboard where I don't have firm footing, now you can see the pendulum is in fact pushing back and moving me
Guys,
too.
this is